Hello and welcome to Inside the Parenting Salon. It's a life and beauty makeover with our head humorician, Pat Wynne Brown. So sit back, relax, and view some of the soul-soothing and funny bone-curing you'll experience in the Parenting Salon.
Now, let's go back in the time machine a little bit. Ready? And I want you to be thinking about this time in your life when you left home for the first time. Think about it. What happened? What were you doing? What were you wearing? What'd your hair look like? You know, you got the picture? Yes, we see. All right. Hundreds of thousands of kids landed at Woodstock, and I landed in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University at the age of 17 in a sailor dress and hair this tall, getting ready to go into that hair down to their era. And I went to school for a very noble reason, and I think some of you will probably be agreeing with me that you went to school for the same reason. I followed my boyfriend there. And I was the first person in my family to go away to college. So my parents took me down to Athens. I had never been out of the state of Ohio, and that is in Ohio, but they were acting like I was moving to Taiwan. And my mom was really upset because she never did get to see the school, because she thought it was like one building. So I said, the school is everywhere here. The school is everywhere. They were crying, they were weeping. I'm in my sailor dress. Yeah, I look like John Kennedy, saying goodbye to them. And there were the hippies all over the war monument, and this is 1969, and the students were rioting, and the kids were smoking funny cigarettes right on the college green, and my dad was a Navy pilot, retired, or disabled Navy pilot actually, left the service and from World War II, and he was just not happy about this. He was not happy. But the look on my parents' faces when they dropped me off, and I thought, what is that look on their faces? What is the big deal? I'm fine. I'm all grown up. I'm 17. I've got this thing licked. But, when I dropped my own son off at the University of Toledo 28 years later, I understood what that look was on my parents' faces. I understood completely, because he was like, what is the big problem? And I said, well, first of all, there are girls on your floor in pajamas that they wear for clothes. And we would hide from the boys. We weren't allowed, the boys were not allowed to come up to the first floor. They waited in the lobby, they called you, and you came down. And we would be wearing brush rollers for 35 days to come down to say hello, and then we go back up to our room. And we had hours, you had to be in at a certain time. It was parentis in loco. The university was your parent. And so if you stayed out too late, you had detention. You stayed in for the weekend. So he's in a co-ed dorm. We didn't even have sex ed. How many of you had sex ed in school? 10 people. How many of you have children in this room? How can that happen without instructions? When they go off to this new life, there is a movie that forms in your brain. And everybody's experienced the movie, and your parents had the movie about you, whether it's your wedding day or your day you went off. And in that movie, I saw, when he said goodbye at that door, I saw the doctor telling me that I was pregnant for him. And the excitement in the family, first grandchild. The excitement. And then I saw him in the little infant, in the bassinet, bringing him home, and then rocking in the rocking chair, and singing Tooraloo-Raloo-Ra. Singing Danny Boy every night for about 10 years. And he liked it. With his monkey thing, he called it. It's called a blanket, but he called it a monkey. We don't know why. If he had a better mother, he'd call it a blanket. It's a hard day. It's a hard day. And it was hard for your parents. And I think inside our parenting salon tonight, I want you to think about your parents. And not so much what these kids are doing, and we love our kids, and I tease about the kids, but what your parents did for you. We know what you do for your kids. You do a lot. What did your parents do for you? What did they do? It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you'd separate from these children, and you come home, and the first thing you notice is the silence. The silence left by that child. You could have 8 kids, and there's silence left by that child. And then the second thing you notice, all your stuff is gone. They have robbed you of your toenail clippers, your toaster oven, your good scissors that no one is allowed to touch. No, do not use the good scissors. I must know where my scissors are at all times. How about you? I must know. I must know. And then they take your Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits album, too. Because they love our music now. Get your own music. What's in your ears, you iPod people? And then you go into their room, and this is very, very good for our queen. You go into their room and you do this, and I know you did it. You smell their pillow. Don't get me started, you girls. So all of these women, you understand, and the men understand too, because they have mothers, they know all about this. This is not easy. That's why I'm here tonight, because I want you to relax and to laugh and forget about your to-do list. We all have a lot on our brains right now, and I want you to just take it and put it on the shelf. Ready? Take it, put it on the shelf. Guess what? It's going to be there for you when you get home. There are no Keebler elves. It'll be there for you.